we're back at it, Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a Saturday, a fall Saturday to be that. And hope you're all doing well, enjoying your Saturday. A lot of news in the real estate market, so much going on. Been a busy week. Hope everybody's doing well, and hope you're off to starting your weekend well. It's still football today. No home game, so I know you got a little time today. It's a big game. Lots going on, but have a little time with the kiddos. It's hard to believe that Halloween and October is right around the corner with the holiday season in front view. It's hard to believe. Halloween's here before you know it. Today's a very special day, my daughter's birthday. So give a little daughter actually, it's a couple of days after this. We won't get into it, but her party's today. So happy birthday to my beautiful daughter. Have to go ahead and give her some shout outs on the radio. Always a proud dad would do. So we've got a great show for you guys. Talking about real estate. There's a lot of topics in the news industry. We're going to cover a couple of those today. We've got a big headline on one of these big lawsuits. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how would that affect the real estate market? Pros, cons. There's a lot of hype behind it. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, our main show today. What's a better topic? Leaves are changing. Had a chance to be up in the Smokies just the other day. Some new properties that we put in the market. And it is that time. Buying a house this fall, these are things are a must you may do this year. And we're going to talk about that all with Real Estate with Ryan. So if you're buying a house this fall, there's probably never a better time to purchase a home in the last 2 years. Interest rates are up a little bit. Interest rates are now 7.63, Freddie Mac, and that's a 30-year mortgage. And then, of course, our 15-year mortgage is 6.92 for 15-year. Not a big difference there, but there's some adjustments that you can always make. But we know rates are a little bit higher. That's what we're dealing with in the market, but it has not stopped the market. Things are still moving. Obviously, applications and things are down, but there's a lot of homes in the market. So if you're looking for homes in East Tennessee, you say, well, has the inventory increased? Not really. Not really. We're about 4,000 homes in the market. I think a couple months ago, we were about 3,800 homes. So for this time of year, inventory is very low. But there's an opportunity now that we know that buyers have an opportunity to kind of get in there and find that home. Now, you have some challenges where the inventory is not on the market, but some people are needing to sell, relocating. There's a normal ebbs and flow of the real estate market, guys. People are going to buy, people are going to sell, people are going to downsize. And then now we have an opportunity, which we've helped some great clients recently, find the right home, have an opportunity to actually go back in the weekend. They saw it Friday, and they actually have an opportunity to say, Ryan, I'm going to sleep on it and think about it. And then the next day it still be there. That's a plus. They have an opportunities to work with sellers that are more open-minded. Last 2 years, I was telling Nick before we kind of started the show, the last 2 years have just been abnormal, right? And we're kind of getting back into somewhat of a normal market or of a normal inventory market. The challenge with it is the supply and demand. We were in January, still I think of 2023. Keep this in mind. We were at 1,500 homes on the market. And just chatting a little bit with that is timing is everything in real estate, right? So everything in the real estate market is timing. Find the right house at the right opportunity. Hopefully it makes sense and you get the right deal. Buying the fall, we know it's routinely slower, right? Routinely slower in the fall, right around the corner for winter. Great opportunities. Just depends if you're in that market to buy. I still think buying or selling real estate is one of the best things you can do as far as buying in the marketplace. If you're selling, there may be reasons. Of course, my wife, she's not here today, so we'll pick on her. She always wants me to do something to build or move. We were at the game the other day, and she said, well, you guys are in real estate. You must move a lot. And she was like, well, no. Actually, my husband doesn't want to move. He's very old school. He wants to stay here forever. But my wife, on the other hand, she's ready, as soon as we build a new house, she's ready to go look for more land. She needs more privacy. Husbands, I hope you guys can sympathize with me. But anyway, we'll get back into the show. All right, we got some congrats before we start. And new listing, 3614 Ivy Way. New listing out there, 8255 Old Asheville Highway, Greenville. New listing. That's as cute as can be, by the way. A little 2-bedroom house, private land, mountain views, full basement. Make sure you check that property out. New building lot, Brucewood Lane in Knoxville. Congrats on some pendings. It's great land out there in Rutledge. Beautiful farmland, 11124 McKinney Drive. So the good thing about that is we sold that 5-acre tract, but I have an additional 5-acre tract. And then, not on the market, guys. That's why you want to listen to our show. We've got another 15 acres for sale. So if you're looking for land, you're looking to build that forever home, we've got you covered. 204 Meadowlark Cove in Sevierville, sold under contract. Congrats. It's not sold yet, but it's pretty much close. So congrats on the pending. And then we got Hanani Trail 132 over in Loudon. Congrats on that closing. 3228 Bent Road, custom built, builder's own residence. Congrats, sold. And then Captain's Cove, building lot waterfront, Sunset Bay. Congrats to our great sellers. So we've been busy, a lot going on. News on the real estate. Let's hit some of that topics. Probably carry us into the break, and then we'll talk about in the second half. We'll talk about our show, why you got to buy in the fall. East Tennessee, I won't get into that, but in the fall is probably some of the prettiest weather that we could ever have. And if you think about selling, putting your property in the market, I had a chance to spend some time on Sunday with this new listing that we've got coming up. And not only do they have this unique custom house done by architect, but the land is almost over 40 acres and beautiful views up on the mountainside. Leaves are changing. It just doesn't get any better than that. So that's why we love fall, and that's why the real estate market will stay busy all the way to the holidays. So it's always busy at the Coleman House. Let's talk about the news. Got the White House announcing that homebuyer assistance is out. Who qualifies? The Biden administration announced that new measures Monday to help prospective homebuyers get closer to their dream home of owning a home. And some of those measures include buyers to have potential or actual income from units connected to a home, so-called accessory dwellings, ADUs, such as garage apartments when applying for a FHA mortgage. It says the flexibilities will help more first-time homeowners, seniors, leverage the ADUs to build generational wealth through homeownership. That's what they're talking about. So basically, short answer, if we need to all kind of combine families, then we can save some money, and the government's going to help us with that. Isn't that nice? We'll move it on with the topic on that. All right, we got news in the real estate industry. I've got to get a laugh, but that's kind of the industry, what we're talking about. It's not really sure how that will help us, but that's what the news is. Now, this is a big case, and this is involving all real estate agents and brokers out there, and it's kind of been on the news. I was able to watch a little article that just came out today on CNBC, and they actually had one of the plaintiff attorneys on there, and they had a little interview, and they had one of the agents out in California kind of discussing this. And this is an antitrust lawsuit, and it's against the National Association of Realtors and other franchise companies throughout the area. I won't name the names, but they're out there. And the claim is basically that that the commission is paid, that we are the National Association of Realtors as a whole is taking advantage of the buyers by charging them commission for the buying side. And their thoughts are that basically they shouldn't have to do that, and that the National Association of Realtors has a stronghold on the marketplace. Now, we had some that come out by the National Association of Realtors, and really they just basically say don't fall for the hype of the class action lawsuit. The response to the marketplace, urging consumer advocates of National Association of Realtors, has developed guidance for local MLS brokers and marketplace. It's a very public rule-making process aimed at creating the most consumer-friendly market possible. And she goes on to go there. And I won't go into all this, what they're saying, but very transparent. I want to respond and kind of give you my 2 cents, might carry on over the show. In the marketplace, to buy or sell a home, obviously there's always going to be commission involved, and those are always negotiable, just like our commission. Everything's negotiable. But in the marketplace, this attorney that's on there is, they're class action attorneys. And what they're saying is that we don't need to have a buyer agent, or they don't need to be paid the seller doesn't need to offer compensation. And the thought on that is, and the challenge on the scary marketplace, as the inventory in the marketplace is as scary as it is, interest rates are going up. You saw the article that we're talking about. The government is now incentivizing people to rent out the garage, and maybe you can qualify for more homes. They're making things more non-affordable. And the challenge is now they're going to strip some representation or make it more affordable to have representation. So we got a quick break. We'll be back in just a second.
Hey, Ryan, go deep. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit deeper. A little bit more. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, let Ryan Coleman at Hometown Realty give you a home field advantage.
Man, great throw, Joe. Go Big Orange.
Hometown Realty, a proud sponsor of the Vols.
Hey, Vol Nation, Joe Milton here. The real estate market is changing rapidly. There's never been a better time to know your home values than today. Start by getting your instant home evaluation by your trusted Hometown Realty experts. Text your address to 290-2290. That's 865-290-2290. Go Big Orange.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you. All right, so excited to be back with you on the second half, Real Estate with Ryan. We were going quick, coming up on a hard break, and thank you for staying with us. So we've got a good show. The second half, we're going to try to get a lot in the second half. We're talking about if you're buying a home in fall market, what you need to do. We're going to go over some tips, most important things you can do here in the fall market in 2023. Got our vol update, and we're going to continue on talking about that class action lawsuit that affects the National Association of Realtors and all of us, right? All right. 60-second vol update. So much going on. Drum roll, please. All right, we got Lady Vols ranked third in the SEC. Awesome to hear that. Men's basketball, SEC favorite. I just saw something that Ziegler may be ahead of schedule. Might have him back. Wouldn't that be awesome? Joe Milton is a semifinalist for the JW Collegiate Award. Of course, you know at 3:30. I know where everybody's going to be watching. That's the game today. 3:30. Alabama, all white uniforms. And of course, prayers, everything for Bruce McCoy. Surgery was successful, and he's off to the healing process. And that's it. 60-second vol update. Let's go beat Bama. Have a great game tonight. Go Vols. As always, Hometown Realty is proud sponsor of the Vols. If we could help you, only a phone call away. All right, so a lot of Vol news. It's always fun this time. Football, got basketball. So much going on. I said it's great to be a Vol. It is. It's great to be a Vol. All right, thank you guys for following us. I know we're getting the show, but I just thank you guys so much. It's visit us at Vol Village. Keep in mind on November 4th, right? Yeah, November 4th, UConn homecoming game. Next home game, check us out. Follow our social media channels. We've got so many things we've been giving away, a lot of swag, cool stuff coming up, tickets. So every week we give away 2 tickets and a parking pass to each guest, autograph by Joe Milton, some swag there. And we got cool stuff as we approach toward the end of the year. So all you got to do, simple. Like our page, follow. Every week we put it out, and you're in it to win it. Thank you for the support. We appreciate you. I know I do this show all the time, but if we can help you in anything on real estate, it's very simple. It's the best number in real estate. It's 693-SOLD. Just call us. Maybe you're not ready now, but you're thinking about here coming first of the year, having that conversation. We've got a farm that we're going to be listing out in Coreyton. It's not ready now, but we had that conversation. So first of the year, we're ready to go. We need to have those conversations. As the market's changing now, interest rates are all over the board. There's a lot of government control. You need your hometown expert out there. You need to kind of know what you're dealing with so you can make plans accordingly. We need to do these walkthroughs so you know if there's things you need to do to put your home in the best position to sell. I'm always here for you. Just give me a call at your convenience, or you can go to our website at ryancoleman.org. I'm getting back to this lawsuit that's kind of all across the news media outlets, and we're talking about the antitrust lawsuit between some consumers, which is Burnett versus the National Association of Realtors, and some other competitors, RE/MAX and some other companies like that. The challenge in the marketplace is basically the litigation attorneys are saying, hey, you have a strong hold on the data and that you should be able to let the buyer's agent choose to have commission or not. Or basically, in a theory, the seller should not offer any commission. I'm not going to get into the commission here or there, but the marketplace will always dictate what something's worth. Perfect example. If we're going to buy or sell a home, if we don't have anybody coming to look at it, we have, slower activity, no offers, marketplace is going to tell you that, right? If you're charging too much commission and you come back and, not getting any deals or accepted contracts, the marketplace is going to respond. The challenge in this particular litigation, in my opinion, right, and this is my opinion, is what the government or regulation or lawsuits are doing is they're looking as obviously one of the worst times we're seeing as far as last couple of years with the interest rates, inflation. There's a lot of things pressing on consumers now. And so there's a lack of inventory. So what we're getting into now is let's see what we can do to take around the representation. Let's take away the help from the buyers because nobody's going to work for them if they're not getting paid. And that's unfortunately, that's the reality. None of us are nonprofit. And so what I think the edge or end around is if we don't have buyer representation, if we don't compensate them, then what will more than likely happen that the consumers will sell for less money. There'll be no representation or kind of be a free-for-all. There'll be limited, less regulation. The commissions are lower than they ever have been since 1999. So there's a downward pressure on commissions as a whole. The real estate industry has been changing. There's more real estate agents now this year that will leave the business, that will never come back to the business. So, I think NAR stands, and also I know ours as a small company stands, is if you're always focusing on the consumer, everything else will follow. But when you kind of take out the open marketplace, it puts us in a position where the consumers lose. Competition in any marketplace is going to drop prices up. It's good for the buyer, good for the seller. Opportunity as well of knowing about the inventory. When you find properties for sale or find that forever home, it's that timing. I was able to do a walkthrough, and then I was able to come back and do a second showing. And because I moved quickly, I got our forever home. Been there 15 years, right? Those kind of things. Those kind of stories happen all the time. But when you get the lawyers involved, no offense, lawyers, and when you get government involved, it starts messing up where things have an opportunity. Listen, as a marketplace, there is a lot of hype with it. I don't think that there's going to be much that's to be done. This could be years down the road. But if you're thinking about buying or selling, obviously most important is if you're going to hire an agent to work for you to sell your property, you need somebody that's going to market it and to get the most money. Because if not, why hire them, right? Number two, and if you were looking to purchase a home and you're going to navigate, as we're going to talk about this fall in this fall market, you need an expert in your marketplace. You need somebody that's going to help you with the inspections. You need somebody that's going to guide you on how to make the right offer and what the market is doing now. The market is changing so rapidly that Zillow or Realtor.com or some website will not tell you what it is. Your best teammate, your teammate in the game is your best agent in your marketplace. They're going to be fighting for you, working for you to get the best opportunity. So that's what's going on in the news. They've been doing this for over 20 years, working on these kind of things. There's a lot of noise about it. There may be some regulations that's changed. Some of these other companies, Remax, different stuff, they opted out, meaning they're going to change some of their models. So, it's so important now that if you're thinking about selling your house or working with an agent, that you definitely want to interview with what they offer. And that's what we always say, listen, have an opportunity. We do this show every week and say, listen, give us an opportunity. If you're thinking about interviewing us, we'd be honored to sit down and talk to you and see how we could help you with one of the biggest moves you're ever going to make. So that's my take on the news. Let's talk about the fall market. Fall market. If you're thinking about buying now, it's more opportunity now than ever. And there's an opportunity now to narrow down your criteria. Had some great clients that are working with us. And it is so hard when you're coming from out of state, really understanding this area. You've got to put the homework in. You've got to take some time, pull up the schools, the kiddos, look at their rankings. Where are you working? Do some of that footwork. It's so important. And it's the grunt work, right? It's not what we want to do, but we need to do it. I've got couples that are out there looking for land. You got to kind of get in the car to do it. And I had a couple that would just tell me, Ryan, I'm so glad that you got me to go out there and do these things because we ruled so many different areas out because of that. Prioritize your neighborhoods. Essential services like hospitals, local school ratings are top of the key. And then, of course, a budget is key, right? How much can you afford? Get used to the market. Know your local market. Get with your agents. We know now pending home sales in August are down 18%. With mortgage rates as close to 8%, now you have an opportunity now more than a buyer to have more selection. We talked about an agent, right? Have a great agent in your corner. Sit down with them before we start the search. I know the internet's great, but I'm old school. I remember the books that we have, the old MLS books. That's real old school. But there was something about the old school that we sit down and have that conversation so we can see how I can help you, how we can get you where you need to be. So that old saying, we work smarter, not harder, right? And there's so much information on the internet, it doesn't always paint you the picture. And how many times have we went online? I've got a great marketing team, and you watch our photos and their wide angle lens, and you're like, wow, that place is awesome. But when you get there, it wasn't what you're looking for. That's why you need somebody to kind of save you a lot of time. Be offer ready. Most important thing is, I know you can qualify, but with rates and mortgage programs out here now, make sure you have your lender letter, pre-approval, everything ready to go. So when you find that forever home, we're not losing it because we didn't have our financing ready, because for whatever reason, the seller went with the most prepared offer. Always makes sense. I hope you've really enjoyed that show. I loved it, spending time with you in this fall. Go Vols, a big Saturday today. And of course, if you need us for anything, 693-SOLD. Best number in real estate, 693-SOLD. Or you can visit us on the website at ryancoleman.org. Go Vols, have a great Saturday, and we'll see you back next weekend.